What's going on, guys? Dropadooski here, and we are going to go over the current top 3 positions on the PTR seasonal leaderboards so you guys can get an understanding of what's doing well for Season 9 that's coming up soon. It has been announced to start January 6th with Season 8 ending December 30th. So let's jump right into it. On the Barbarian, right now, the top 2 spots are Leapquake Barb. And I'm not surprised because Leapquake is still a strong, solid build for Barbarian. One thing that I'd like to point out is it's not top 3, but it is 4th, Whirlwind. So even with the change to the Wrath of the Waste set, where it's no longer buffing Dust Devils, but it's buffing Whirlwind itself, it's still a strong, viable build. I have looked at the normal leaderboards where you're seeing people with upwards of 3,000, 4,000 Paragons, and there are still a couple Whirlwinds there as well. But I wanted to look at the seasonals so we get a better understanding of what it'll truly be like within attainable Paragons. So let's switch over to Crusader. No surprises here at all. A lot of people are utilizing the buffed Faithful Memory and doing the Seeker of Light build with Hammerden. So all of the top spots are using that currently on the seasonal Season 9 leaderboards for Crusader. And it's going to be a fun build. It's a really nice buff that they've done for the class, and I'm glad to see a change from the Lawn Bombardment. Now, Lawn Bombardment will probably still be there. Undoubtedly, it'll still be there and able to push super high. But it's nice to see that the Hammerden change is going to give another viable option for the Crusaders again. The Demon Hunter. I'm really liking the Generator Demon Hunter builds. I've seen a couple of guides out there. Riker put one out, Bloodshed put one out. We're seeing that at the very top right now with the Unhallowed Essence set, the new Hellcat Waste Guard belt, and then the Fortress and Dawn, and using the grenade skill. This is looking like a very fun build. I've seen a couple alternatives, different sets you can wear. On the non-seasonal leaderboard, we're also seeing a lot of Marauder Demon Hunters, so that may also be a super strong build to push with. I do want to show number 2 because they're doing a cross between Natalia's and Shadow with Dawn in the Cube, Lord Greenstone's Fan, and most of the other items are what you would expect. And this is also using Generator as well. So there's a couple of variations to how this grenade thing is, this grenade change is working. So it should be fun to play some Demon Hunters. Now, whether or not it's going to be in the meta for 4-mans, it's not. At this point, it's not, but for all you Demon Hunter fans out there, it's still going to be something different besides Legacy of Nightmares. On the Monk, one of the cooler things that I've seen is that, number 1, no surprise, there's an LTK Lawn Monk. But number 2 is an Innas Monk. Innas Raiment with the Shenlongs. Wolfcryer, another YouTuber, put out a guide for the upcoming Innas changes that is really good that you guys should definitely check out. I'll put a link to that video below. But it's nice to see that Innas has gotten some love and got fixed. There were some issues with it before. Here's another Innas Monk using full. So I'll keep you posted on what I hear about those and get more info on the Monk. I've been playing Barb this season, so I don't have all the optimal gear for testing on my PTR, but I do have a couple people in Clan that have been playing with it, and I will put up some updates as soon as the PTR closes. Witch Doctor, no surprise here whatsoever. We've got the new lawn build using the Barber. As you can see here, this is seasonal. Season 9, doing a 113 with 991 Paragons. So as exciting and cool as this looks, I would not be surprised if next week or very soon we will get another buff to the Barber. I was thinking about that this morning. It's really cool. I would love to see more changes and different builds coming out of Lawn, but we really don't want some that are so insanely good that it completely eliminates the meta for all other builds, right? Because one of the biggest problems that we face playing Diablo is one season rolls around and it's like, okay, this is the cool thing, and all the other builds kind of get pushed to the wayside until they're buffed. So we definitely need some balance here, and I do like seeing something new with Lawn, with the addition of a change to a previously worthless legendary item. But I really hope that it gets balanced out some, because this is not only ruling the Witch Doctor solo boards, not only seasonal but non-seasonal on the PTR, but it's also ruling the 4-man meta in regards to damage. The current 4-man meta is 3 support, 1 Lawn Witch Doctor. So finally we'll get to the Wizard, and still currently at the top on the seasonal is, I believe, Firebirds. Yes, so Firebirds, your standard Firebirds build, and there hasn't been a lot of changes in this area that I've heard of. We do have number 2 being a Talrosh Veers setup with the Starfire, that I'll potentially put out a little more explanation on. If not, if I don't do a full-on build video for it, I'll at least find a Diablo fans build and post it on one of my PTR wrap-up videos. I want to go ahead and go through the PTR one more time before it gets shut down, just to make sure that there's no changes to the meta that you guys aren't aware of. So like I said, we're just going to quickly go through the seasonal leaderboards, and I really wanted to put emphasis on that because it's really hard to go and look at the non-seasonal and say like, whoa, look at this build, it's super viable. But then you hover over the guy and he has 4,000 plus paragons. It's like, well, you know, that's not very realistic for a lot of the players these days that, you know, are balancing jobs and all these other things. They're not going to be able to push that high with that build. And there are going to be alternative builds that they can push high with, based on the amount of time that they can spend on the game. So we want to put emphasis on these ones. All of these, I mean, there are a few that have, you know, 1,300 at this point because the PTR has been out for a while. The new season has been available on the PTR. But a lot of these ones that we've gone over and covered, as you can see, like 804, 814, stuff that's definitely achievable and attainable for your normal everyday Diablo 3 player. So I want to thank you guys for all the support I've been getting on the channel. I've gotten a ton of new subscribers recently. I've also got some requests. This video was from a request. I was planning on doing something like it, but I then got a comment request about it, and wanted to get it out here for you as quickly as possible. So keep those requests coming. If there's anything that you want to see, any information you would like to know about Diablo, and it doesn't have to just be meta related. It can be tips and tricks on, you know, griffs or any of that stuff. Just give me your thoughts and I'll throw a guide out for you guys. As always, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I will do my best to get content out as often as possible. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and super pumped about Season 9. Peace out.